eBay, you're showing your age there. Okay, we should be, just give me 1 second. Okay, we're good. So let me go ahead. Do my new share. Are you all seeing the agenda? Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Go ahead and get started. We do have quorum. We are, again, we had a couple people notify us. I know Bob and Carmen are going to jump in. Or Bob's going to see if he can. Carmen, Bob's going to see if he can. Carmen should be jumping in momentarily. Announcements. Does anyone have any announcements for the good of the order? Besides, it's midterm week and I'm counting down. Nothing in chat. I'm going to move on. She sent them, or Catherine sent the minutes. And we've looked over those. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
I motion to approve.
Ben, can I get a second, please? Lavona, a second. All in favor of the minutes? Okay, and it looks unanimous. Beautiful, good, thank you. So be it, minutes from October 6th approved. Report from executive committee. So we have a couple things on the table. I want to save that though and kind of piggyback to that after we go through proposals. And then Catherine or Ben, if you can remind me about going back to that, in case I do forget, just to go back to what we talked about with P classes. And that's really what the conversation is going to be, is about P classes and kind of talking more about what Tiffany Mitchell had brought up, and then what us in executive committee, and then also conversations with the registrar's office has occurred. So as moving to that, any information from academic affairs? I see you on here, Cynthia, or Cindy, sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
I do have a few just kind of general updates for you from the GEM Summit. Was there somebody from GERC that was going to provide any updates today?
No.
Okay. So just really quickly, the written communication discipline group recommended that AP language and composition test will be equated with English 1101 and 1102. As long as, so scoring for this is currently inconsistent across the state. And so they made a recommendation with regard to English 1101 and 1102. The Humanistic and Artistic Ways of Knowing group also made a recommendation that the AP Literature and Composition test would be equated with our English 1175 as long as somebody receives a 3 or higher. Mathematical Ways of Knowing, there's a brand new AP pre-calculus exam and course, and that will, they're recommending that a score of 3 or higher will align with math 1143 and 1144. And they're also recommending that our current math 1143 change its name across the state from college algebra to pre-calculus algebra, and then math 1144 change its name from trigonometry to pre-calculus 2 trigonometry, and that math 1147 change its name from college algebra / trigonometry to pre-calculus. So, just so everyone's aware, these, all of these recommendations, don't take a while to actually get approved. So they go to, CAP. So the Council of the Provost. So let me start again. They were recommended by the discipline groups at the GEM Summit. Then they were approved by the state representatives. So each institution has a representative there. Ours was Karen Appleby. And then they go to the Council of Provosts. Then they go to a subcommittee of the state board, and then they go to the state board and all of those levels require approval. So this is the time, if anybody has concerns about those things that were being recommended, we can take those concerns forward. So the discipline groups, I believe, were all unanimous. So our representatives from ISU were in agreement with all of these changes as well. Just so everybody's aware. So that's it. That's all I have. And I will put those more specifically in the minutes so that you don't have to have any of that memorized.
Cool. Thanks, Cindy.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. That being said, moving on to accepting from our subcommittees for Bass and for GERC. We have that final report to accept. Let's look at that first. We've had that for a week. Can I get a motion or can I get a motion to accept these?
I motion to accept.
Alona is going to be our second. We don't need to vote. We're just accepting these. So again, those are going to be accepted. Same for Bass. Motion as well.
I motion to accept the Bass Committee.
Awesome. And Lavona's our second. I like the peace sign. Thank you. I like it. On a Thursday, it's needed. With that being said, Bass is again accepted as well. My information from the chair, I don't, and I'll kind of go into 7 about Faculty Senate and other councils. So I met at Faculty Senate this Monday. Myself and Dan Dale are kind of tag teaming if we need to meet at each other's meetings. And I was there and I just gave the general, UCC update of that, proposals were already due and we are trying to move through them and we're processing, that anybody from executive committee or any of your, again, UCC reps are more than willing to help, facilitate any questions you have with those. There wasn't anything else. Dan didn't have anything to take back to us at this point. And that's the way him and I are going to do it, where we're kind of going back and forth because both of our time is valuable and we both have full teaching loads on top of it. So it's, that's how we're working with that. Just a kind of one thing about Faculty Senate, you are more than welcome. They have an open floor for the first part of their meeting and anybody is more than welcome to, again, go there and kind of go on their open floor. And you don't necessarily need to be a member for that. So I'm just relaying that message as well. Anybody else have anything from, again, we're talking university councils that to bring to kind of bring to us right now. I'm looking at my comments. I don't see anything. And I don't see anybody. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions or information before I look to move on to start looking at proposals? Okay, so that being said, we don't have anything on the consent calendar. We have unfinished business. At this point in time, can I get a motion to untable unfinished business?
I motion to untable unfinished business.
Great, and can I get a second? That's Ben first.
Second.
Randa second. Okay, so let's go ahead and motion. My lovely Google, the agenda has frozen at the moment, so bear with me. Let's see if I can just pull up 43. No, I've frozen altogether. And you gotta love Zoom when it wants to, or Google when it wants to work. Okay, give me 1 second. Are you seeing the proposal?
Yes.
Great. So that means my sharing is back on. Okay, so this is proposal 43. That's what we need to start with. And I am not able to share. Give me 1 second here. Well, first off, let me go back to piggyback with Catherine, because I know you were gonna reach out to COT about, again, the Alex question that we had.
Yeah, I did respond to Randa's comment, and we do want to keep those at 14. As well as on all of our proposals, we need to strike out the English requirements.
Okay. Hold on
The
one.
the English entrance requirements, I guess I should be very specific.
Okay.
Tiffany, will you send me an email to that effect as to exactly what you need to have struck, or actually better yet, put a comment in each of the proposals?
Yep, I can go in there and do that.
Yeah, because I think you've got,
I have commenter access, I think.
yes, do you use the commenter? Actually, better yet, yeah, use the commenter, because that way I can change what you do.
Okay.
We lock everybody out so that we don't change anything that gets changed after the deans have signed it and it gets submitted to UCC. That's when we really need to show, okay, this is what happened in council. So
Okay.
these will become as amended proposals, and you'll just, please bear with me as we go through them, because it's going to be a little slow. And I'll just need to know which ones you've done that with.
Okay. So what that means, then we can go ahead and vote on these then?
Yes, let's go slowly.
That's fine. My screen froze altogether, so you're gonna bear with me while I pull up the agenda and everything right now. So I had to go out and I'll come back in. Carmen, I know your pain now. Big time. So give me a second to pull everything up here. I'll just pull the agenda, because I could just pull proposals from there. Yes, we have all been there. Technology is only fun when it works. Okay. And let's see, you're all seeing my screen, right?
Not yet.
No? You are now, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. So this is 43. That's our first one we're taking a look at. And this is just, all of these are relatively similar, just to put it out there, that we're looking about the Alex math prereqs. And I'll go through the rationale. Maps are still under our revision, Tiffany?
Yeah, they're honestly, with our maps, we do them in the spring every year. So I was gonna go back through, when I go back through and put comments on the English entrance requirement, I'll also put in progress on all of those for you, Catherine.
Awesome. Okay, so here's the reason why. And Academic Affairs was, again, consulted on this, and it's about entrance and basically making sure that, again, people not meeting math requirements, again, they've received the information, again, and for like success of the program. It's like everyone voted. Catherine, feel free to tell me if I'm going too fast and I will slow down, but am I good?
Yeah, you're good. I'm looking at the proposal on my own screen here,
Got it. Okay.
or I will be.
Okay,
and making my own notations, but I just need to make sure that we get whatever changes are being done. Okay, so minimum score of 14 is correct.
Yes.
And Tiffany, so where you were talking about is down in that table, is that correct?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I don't see where you're saying that take out,
Oh, whoa, stop right there.
oh, there it is. Okay, the Sarah Mead thing.
thanks, Steph.
It was really good timing,
It
Wesley.
was perfect.
So what do you need to have changed here?
The English column needs to be taken out. Because ISU no longer has like a English supplement, like when we used to do the compass. And what we found was our AccuPlacer was not being helpful at all. And so really with Alex, there is some reading. So we're just gonna get rid of the English requirements. As to not put barriers up for students.
So that entire column goes away, okay?
Yep. Yep, and we've been doing it actually since the pandemic, like this is the second year that we've done it. But now we're just cleaning everything up.
Okay. So the English column goes away.
And then the other part of this proposal, it's not just about the, what do you call it? It's not just about the prerequisites. We also, I think we had a discussion in UCC about programs that were so closely aligned that basically you could take the same exact curriculum and leave with 2 associate's degrees. And this for the hospitality management is fixing that with one of our degrees. And then the rest of our degrees are fine. So we took out some classes and added some other classes to make it a unique degree.
And that's what's happening right here, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Then I'm gonna put my adding hat on, and anybody else that wants to join in and add just in case. I'm getting 46. Okay. Okay, so if we get, go ahead.
Can we go back to page 14, please? Where we have the placement tests for math.
Yes,
Yeah, so basically the Alex is 14. So it's equivalent as the ACT, which is 14, and the SAT, which is 360, or what?
It is not equivalent. We actually have lower scores. The problem with
Yeah.
the Alex
I-
test
Yeah,
is when we went through our TGE math department to get the 14 and the 360 on the ACT and the SAT, they felt like those scores were equivalent to get into the program. With the Alex, we are doing the 14 minimum. So what we're saying is that if a student comes in with the ACT, SAT, we're okay with a little bit lower score because they're coming almost directly from high school. But
okay.
if they don't, they need to take the Alex test and get a little bit higher of a score, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so if a student has an ACT 14, then the student can get into the program, basically.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Makes sense.
can I go back, Hala, and scroll where I was?
Yeah, thank you.
No, no worries. I'm back down here, so where I'm looking at, was this sent to Renee? And I think we were still waiting on that impact from the beginning of it, right? That's what I saw. That we were still waiting for an impact from IT. I'm gonna go all the way back up here.
Do they need to have an impact on this?
It needs to be sent to them.
Oh, okay.
That's what it says, so, and so I guess my question was, it sent to them?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna scroll all the way down here by page 18 here.
Yes, we have all the impacts on this one.
Thank you.
We even have the math one. That was the one that I was really waiting for, but we have those now.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Okay.
everybody says no concerns.
Yeah.
The minutes are forthcoming.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yep.
Can I get then a motion to approve 43?
I motion to approve 43.
Ben for 43 first. Can I get a second? See if someone did, like raise their hand. I'm not
I
looking.
second it.
Branda second. I see Carmen, all in favor. I think Janet too. Okay, looks like we're all in favor unanimously, so be it. 43 approved. I'm gonna close this out. Let's go back to the lovely agenda and I'm gonna pull 46. So all these, like I was telling you all before, they're gonna be relatively the same.
Yeah, I think on the CAD one, if I remember correctly, we're doing the entrance scores and then we fixed some prerequisites, if I remember right.
Okay, so this one, we don't have the, did you get back an impact, Catherine, on this one?
Yeah, all the impacts are there.
No, I was just looking at the comment, so that's why.
Oh, yeah, ITS, that's Renee Scott.
Okay,
So we got that.
Okay.
Thank you.
yep, thank you.
Oh, wait, I can't do it from there because it's in, I'll get there.
Okay, so again, same aspect. Except this one's a score of a 30, correct, Tiffany?
Correct.
It's no different than like how my farm truck is, so same thing.
This one didn't have the columns for that table for those scores.
Is that because we didn't do anything to impact like with BT, we took out classes and added classes?
You're not doing that here.
Right. So in order to get that table out of there, we need to go in and put that table, correct?
Yeah, do you want that table in there?
Yeah, that would be great.
Is it the same one as the other, as 43?
No, because, sorry, go ahead, Tiffany.
The scores would be different on that one.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me copy the one from 43 into there. And I'll give you editing.
Okay,
No, you have commenting
okay.
rights to it. Okay, so we're working on which proposal? 46 is the one you
Yep.
guys are looking at right now? Where we got? That's to delete. Okay, we're gonna go rationale. We need here. B. Okay, what's numbers do you need here?
You know, if you just copy that table in there, I can go in and fix it really quick.
I just did. Let me give you editing access again. Where are you?
I'm right here, Catherine.
I'm gonna,
Tiffany, there you go. Make you an editor.
I will go fix it right now.
Okay.
Fine,
And
then I'm
this
gonna
is also
re-poll.
as amended. I'll go back to the top.
this is, oh no, yeah,
As
47.
amended.
Because I didn't even realize that those tables are in there because all I use is the electronic catalog. And all of a sudden the tables were there. I'm like, where did this come from?
So you're putting that table in there, right, right over here, right, Tiffany?
Yep, it's down. I'm down
Right
by,
over here. Got it. See it. Thank you. Okay. So she's working on that.
And Tiffany, are you gonna need that same thing in the next proposal? 47 early childhood? Let me see if it's there.
yep, in every one of our proposals.
Okay.
Every one of them?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so. But then with her, she's made the changes. Can I get a motion to approve 46?
I motion to approve 46.
Ben, can I get a second?
Second,
Janet, second, and Carmen, all in favor? And so in favor unanimously, 46 is approved with the amending parts that Tiffany Mitchell is working on. Which, thank you, Tiffany. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull up then 47. Don't think this is deja vu, everyone. We are looking at the same things. So.
It was a great summer for me, guys. I'm just saying.
You're fine.
Tiffany, I have a quick question. A lot of those tables aren't in the current catalog. Do you need them added to the upcoming catalog then, or is it just? Because on the last one and this proposal, it's not on the current catalog copy.
Is there a reason why some programs have it and some programs don't?
You're asking me the wrong, I don't know that. That's not.
What? You want consistency in our catalog?
Love to have consistency in the catalog. It makes,
Remember, everyone, this is being recorded.
oh yeah, you're right. Yes, I would love.
But we don't share.
I
the
would too,
recording.
and I don't care. I want it being on the record that I said I want consistency.
If we do want consistency, if it's in some of them and we're working on these, we may as well add them back in. Because we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of these, almost all the programs because of these Alex scores. Is that correct?
Right,
So
like,
yeah, we can add them all in there.
or yeah, I would say let's put them in. Just because that way we do have consistency in the catalog. I'm a big person on that.
Okay, I can get those added for sure. I just wasn't sure if they needed to be added on these ones that don't have them or. how
Thank
that
you,
was gonna
Ivory.
work. Yeah,
Thank
not a
you.
problem.
So that
Good.
takes care of that. Randa, we're already good with this. With this one specifically for 47, because you had said that she doesn't check her email, but we're fine.
I think nightmare of all nightmares. I think all of the Alex ones, you can say no concerns from the math department because they've already marked those others. We just looked at them all in a group and said all the Alex prereqs are fine.
Awesome. Okay, and this is another one where it's nothing of prereqs is changing. We're just looking at the math scores. There's Tiffany's nice table. Thank you. Except for this one, you're going to change it to the 8, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
And in this table, because the Alex is now 8, do we have an equivalent for ACT and SAT?
So
I
Sarah,
don't think so.
we don't, and Sarah and I kind of talked through this, but with the way that the other scores that we have set up there, where they're so much higher, it shouldn't be a problem if they come in with a higher score because it would negate that. If I remember correctly. We did talk through that. Because I have a couple of these programs that have 8 for their score, law enforcement and early child that we're running up on that one.
Okay. Does that resolve your concern, Hala?
Yes, actually, I just, I mean, in this table, you will delete the SAT and ACT, no, for the Alex 8.
No, for
No.
the math, we're
Okay.
gonna keep those scores.
Okay, okay, yeah.
And as all you could see, my document decided to reload, and I am on campus, so I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'll just leave it to the RFC building, and I want that on the record as well about this building, so. With that being said, can I get a motion to approve 47? Carmen first, and then a second. Ben
Motion.
second.
Yep, second.
Yep, all in favor? Looks like we are unanimous approving of 47. Thank you all. Let me get rid of that. Moving on. 52. This one, I know we had some questions to Casey about. I'm gonna pull that up. Right here. No, it's not that. No concerns from Matt. It's down a little bit to Casey. Was something right here.
Oh, Sarah had suggested that we put minimum to change the line, which I'm okay because that is now consistent with the ones we
Okay.
took.
Cool. So it's gonna be minimum.
And I can go back and edit all of those too. I know what I'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay.
Just mark that on my calendar.
So just to be consistent with other prerequisites, can we, instead of saying Alex 14 or equivalent, a minimum score of 14 in Alex, so we use the same?
That's what she just said.
Yeah, okay, sorry,
Yeah.
okay.
No, you're fine, Hala. No,
Sorry,
we're gonna
I'm
use the
sorry.
minimum.
Okay.
Yep, no,
No,
you're-
you're good. Yep. No, I will go back through all of them. And so I'll fix the tables. I'll fix the prereq statement. Is there something else I was supposed to? Oh, and I'll put in progress on all the maps.
Yeah, and do you need is it okay to resolve this comment here from Cassie Jensen?
Yep. Yep, that's perfectly
Or
fine.
from Sarah, okay.
All of them, whether they've been submitted to you guys or not, because I have a listing of every single one of them.
Okay, if I lock you out and you need access to something, let me know.
On the one that I was just on, that CAD one, it's only allowing me to make comments.
Yeah, because I haven't, which one was that?
46.
47.
47? Okay, I'm gonna go back in and give you
Never
editing.
mind,
access
it's because
again.
I'm playing on 46, not 47.
Yeah,
yeah.
47, you do have access to it. 52, do you need access? Probably,
All the ones that we submitted, yeah.
okay.
Yep, she'll need access.
Actually, if you could do me a favor and as you're editing these things, when we're in council, if you'd use purple for your edits, that would be helpful.
Oh, okay.
You pretend you're me just for today.
For
and
today,
Just for this group of proposals.
I'll feel weird about it.
I don't want to be blamed for something that I didn't do.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
the- Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Catherine.
yeah, I use purple to show that, okay, these are changes that I made, and anything that comes in and is being edited after the dean signed it and in council should be carefully documented. So that when the deans or the chairs look at it and say, wait, why was this changed? Well, that's another reason I'm so careful to say on the minutes that, and on the proposals, that it was as amended. So that they know that, yeah, there was something that we caught in council that got fixed or changed from what they did.
That being said, can I get a motion to approve 52?
I motion to approve.
Ben, and can I get a second? Janet seconding, all in favor? And it is unanimous. Thank you. Unanimously approved proposal 52. Pending all the changes that Tiffany is making for all of these College of Technology proposals. That being said, so I'm gonna get rid of 52. You're all seeing 80 now, we're gonna move on to? Yep. Okay, so this one, I was talking to Lavona about beforehand, so this one's coming from College of Education. As you look down, my question comes in with the credits. And this is all, Lavona, you had all this taken care of. Correct?
Yes, and I just was texting with Jill Radford, the PO, and I added a comment later explaining the credits part. But yeah, the top part's just changing from old program director to me, and I'm not program director anymore, but I still can sign off on it.
Got it, okay. Here we go.
So I can summarize Jill and my conversation quickly.
Go ahead.
She said the College of Education, and I hate to speak for them, but they categorize endorsements as being in the 20 credit category, 30 credit category, or 45 credit category. And since deaf, hard of hearing isn't 45, it falls in the 30 category, but by State Department of Ed regulations, it must be at least 33 credits. So it was never going to be 30. And our program is 34 credits. It's also the only deaf, hard of hearing program in the state.
Okay,
So
I see your point, and I'm okay with moving forward to approve. And then Catherine, I put a comment in there, and you can resolve my comment as well because of the credits when we added them. Because it says 30 up here, when you add them, they add up to 34. But again, it falls within the category from what Lavona just explained about the State Board of Education. It runs in 20, 30, and 45 increments.
Were there any other corrections or anything that needs to be done or? Yeah, we'll.
No, because all of these comments beforehand could be resolved as well, because they have been.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We want to resolve all the comments.
Yep.
Impact added here. Okay, good. Add that.
So this is Lavona, and I didn't resolve because it's not my proposal. It's not under College of Health, so I could only add comment ability. I couldn't resolve.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's just we want to have all the comments resolved before it gets approved. Oh, here's one that has a grad level. Hala, yeah.
Yeah, this course has a grad level sister course of 6,000. Any reason why it's not a 5,000? Because normally the sister courses for the 4,000 are 5,000 courses.
So here's what Jill said here.
Yeah, she just was saying that they don't need to do a graduate level. They don't need to do a grad council proposal to make a change to the graduate catalog. However, there is this issue of, I guess the graduate school is kind of looking at, wait a second, why are you having a 6,000 level sister course for a 4,000 level course? So does anybody know how that happened?
Do we have a rep from College of Ed on here?
Ajit.
Yes.
I'm here. I'll reach out to them and try to figure out. This is something new to me also.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think there may be a few of those.
I'm gonna scroll. I saw those. It's just that those are up there for that. There's nothing else that I see, at least. So do we want to put it in the parking lot or pending? Or pending approval? Based on based on when he goes back to the College of Education and gets that outcome.
Leslie, this is Ben. I'd motion to put this in the parking lot for 2 weeks or for a
For-
week.
A week.
For why? What's the reason for parking lot?
For him
So
to get
that
the
the College of,
response. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
for the College of Ed to get verification on this to make sure they're all understanding and everyone's happy.
About what? What's the hang up, the problem?
The graduate level class they're
This-
talking
this
about is the
graduate level
6,000. And it's not currently set up in the student information system as being linked. So I don't know if they are putting in a graduate proposal in tandem to have them linked. It's not currently linked.
Yeah, and they are not planning to put in one. I just resolved that comment. They're not planning to do one. So it may not be an actual sister course then. I don't know how that works. But this is more of a flag that Hala and I noticed and that the graduate council may start to have a problem is if we've got sister courses that are jumping a full level. Because we've got some 3,000, 5,000 courses and then this 4,000, 6,000. I think there's a couple of others in other programs. And that may or may not be able to continue, but there's no reason to hold this one up from what I can see about this sort of discrepancy. That's something we'll have to work out later. Because it's the changes they're making to this proposal and these courses affect only the undergraduate catalog. And it's not just because it's got a possible sister course in the graduate level. That's something we'll have to work out at a different time. At least that's my opinion. So I'm not sure.
But, yeah, but I think, they need to submit a proposal to the graduate council, to the graduate studies for this 6,000 course. Because it's, Sarah said that it's not in our banner system. So there's no sister course for this course at the moment.
So this is Lavona. If I can chime in,
Go ahead.
this is Jill's first time filling out a proposal, and 4459 and 6659 are not sister courses. They are taught as two completely separate courses. So and I just texted her to verify that. Their hope is in a few years they'll come back with a proposal to make it a sister course. But at this point, it's the equivalent course at the graduate and doctoral level, or master and doctoral level, as opposed to undergrad. So she means we're covering the same themes, but not actual sister courses. It's not one course being taught at both levels.
Okay, so we can cross this off then, or even delete it, because that came in purple. That may have been a comment I did. In fact, let me see.
And this proposal is adding the sign language interpreting component to the undergraduate courses so students can be successful, because they're not if they don't have that. And that's part of their admissions criteria at the graduate level. So that's why they don't need to add it to those courses.
With that being said, then, Ben, can we motion then not to table or not to put in the parking lot, but motion to approve?
Yes, I motion to approve this as is now,
Yeah.
as amended.
Second,
Lavona, I'll second.
Lavona and Randa, second, all in favor? Okay. Ajit does not have stable internet, as he put in the comment, but we are gonna motion to approve, so.
Yeah, and I did double check. I was the one that entered this comment about a potential sister course, but it's not. So I just took that comment out.
Awesome, so motion 80, so proposal 80 again approves unanimously.
Right, but that was it wasn't amended in any way, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of this. Last but not least on here, 87. Okay.
That's what 80's done. From there to.
So I don't know if this is the one I had questions about credits yesterday too. Was it this one, Catherine?
Uh.
Is this the
You're asking
44,
me?
46?
No, this is 87.
Okay,
Oh, I
this-
meant,
Oh, okay, this is one where there actually is an existing accelerated program in Osby's program inventory. So this does exist already. We don't have to notify or do anything on the state level for this one. But the courses were never codified. So what this is doing is accelerating it. And that's what my comment. Yeah, I don't remember if I sent this one over to grad council yet. I may not have. I will double check on that. So keep this comment, don't resolve that comment up there or about the accelerated programs.
Okay,
Um,
so that's up here still. Well, then does this need to go in the parking lot or can we vote on this? We
You can vote
this
on it. I just need to send it out, make sure that it gets to the
Grad council.
grad council.
Okay.
Oh, I have a question here for Sarah. Standard format noted in part 3. Where's part 3? Okay, so you did get the standard format in here. Okay, so that's.
I'm assuming you were referencing the paragraphs and those were added.
Okay, yeah. Whatever the standardized language you came up to for the accelerated programs. So you've added that, it's all set, good.
There are 2 courses which also they're coded as a 6,000 level. They
Oh,
will go
right.
to the Graduates Council on page 11.
Right, they're 4,000, 6,000.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that may or may not be able to go.
Yeah,
Mm.
you'll have to decide. They may be, so I guess this is the question we'll have to bring back to the graduate council is that sister courses, I believe, have to be at the 4,000 and 5,000. However, acceleration doesn't mean that a student couldn't take a higher level graduate course. It's just saying these are the course options, but they're not being taught. as a
But here
tandem course.
they are sister courses. It states that they are sister courses. We have then
Okay.
4421 and then 6623 as sister courses. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but there are sister courses. The sister courses basically they're 4,000, 5,000 levels. So that's
I don't know if they're actually sister courses. If it's not in the top of the proposal, they might just be running them as option courses.
Yeah, but it should be clear. Yeah, because as it stands now on page 11, yeah, it's like slash then. Yeah,
It's a slash on page 11. But then
I know.
in the front here, like she's saying, it's accelerated. And there's nothing in the catalog saying a difference of that, right? That's what you were saying, Sarah?
Yeah, I think in the acceleration, there's nothing that says that you can't have an accelerated program that 6,000 are an option. It's just that if you're going to run a tandem sister course, I think you can't use a 6,000. It has to be a 4 or 5.
Okay.
But we can get a clarification on that. They're done. But my understanding is they're not running those as sister courses. That's my understanding.
So clarification meaning from grad council or clarification from the dental hygiene? Dental hygiene, right?
From
Yeah,
dental
that
hygiene.
right, that they're not running them as sister courses.
Yep. Then let's assign it back to them and then we'll look to put this in the parking lot till next week. Does that work?
I motion to put it in the parking lot for a week.
And I will second. Ben first, I second. So we will put this in there pending reaching out to dental hygiene about, again, whether they're using it as sister courses or as an accelerated course. Okay, that takes care of 87. Okay. With that being said, we agreed on this yesterday to move out. Janet.
Sorry.
Go, Janet, just go ahead.
Well, we met with the graduate dean about this last spring, I think, and he said you can have 4,000, 6,000 sister courses. That was what the grad dean said. He indicated that it wasn't it wasn't really the most desirable situation. It really should, they would prefer 4 or 5, but it's apparently not prohibited, I guess is my point.
I still think we should table, or we should put it in the parking lot and get a clarification from dental hygiene.
I agree. I was just saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, and I know you're not muddying. No, we need clarification because it goes back to what we were saying before about having some consistency around here.
Mhm.
So
Now, do you want clarification from dental hygiene or for graduate school?
dental hygiene of what they're running. Because that's where the question came up. Yes, Catherine?
I'm sorry, I need a little bit of clarification for the minutes as to what the reasons are for putting this in the, because I wasn't listening. I
That's
was
okay.
typing on other
Sarah,
stuff.
can you go ahead and interject with that?
Yeah, why is this going in the parking lot? What are you waiting for? Pending clarification from dental hygiene for what?
For the clarification on which classes are going to be considered sister courses, that 44 and then the 66. I don't have the numbers in front of me right now, but there was 2 classes listed as sister courses in.
Right, are they really sister course or just, or
Equivalents.
versus, separate, but,
Are you good, Catherine?
yeah, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ben.
Mhm.
Okay, so we moved on this next, our yesterday executive council to move up 63. So we will look to take a vote on that.
Are you looking for a motion to take it up?
No, we already moved on that yesterday at
Okay.
executive council. So as you can see here, and we moved on that yesterday. Are you not wanting to have it taken up?
No, I'm just wondering what are you waiting for a motion just
No,
to
I'm
approve
pulling it up right now. I'm
All right,
pulling,
okay. Sorry.
No.
I was just trying to figure out what we were.
no,
what
no,
we
no,
were-
no,
what the
I'm pulling
action
it
was.
up.
Okay.
I was saying that we are gonna look to, again, go over this and then motion to approve.
Got it. It was just a little bit of dead
All
air
right.
time and I was like, am I supposed to be doing something?
Yeah,
No, you're not doing, unless I call on you in a second, I will, because you're the rep. But here we go. Let's look then. to- Credits are good. We already took care of that one, Catherine. So Buck took care of the credits with that. From
Okay.
September 27th.
so this is, proposal 63.
Correct.
Okay, so that's done. Good, thank you. Right, and I've got a thing here. Are the credit totals accurate in the tables below? That
And then
Buck-
next,
that I have?
go ahead.
Buck said yes,
That's
and
what I
I
was,
deferred to Buck because there's a lot of red and purple there, and I don't know who the last one was to edit it. So I just assume that Buck counted it and thought it was right.
and that's what I was saying as well, because that's where he was deferring and it was past that other comment. Just seconding your motion, Carmen. Even though there wasn't a motion. Sorry. I need the humor. Let's see here.
Okay, so we'll assume the credits are correct.
Yep,
So I'll get rid of that comment.
impacts are there. Okay, and math, nothing. Can I get a motion to approve 63?
I motion to approve 63.
Ben, can I get a second?
Second.
Carmen and Janet seconding, all in favor? Your hands up for a second. And so moved, 63 is approved unanimously.
Okay, cool.
That takes care of that. 82 is in the parking lot still. We're still looking at some things with that. I'm not gonna take up new business today. What I am going to do is go back and piggyback to the conversation executive committee had yesterday. And I'll start the conversation. Sarah, can I point to you for part of it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks. So we had a conversation yesterday about P courses and basically the discussion of, again, kind of going back to what we've been talking about this meeting and some consistency, listing of P courses and then like the credit counts with that. And I start that, or that's where we work with that. And then Sarah and I were working on something together, and I'm going to divert to you, Sarah, on that.
Cindy, this is where I definitely need help in typing.
Okay, so yesterday in executive committee, we were talking about the P courses as Wesley just said. So we've had a couple of conversations about them, and I think it really comes down to the standardized format. So this body approved the standardized format for the catalog in September of 2017. And so the P courses hadn't really been part of that discussion at that time because I don't think we had these P courses when that format was approved. So coming back to that standardized format, we are proposing 3 different options to modify basically the general education area. One would be include the Ps in that general education portion every single time, and the major portion, I guess, if there was a major requirement that corresponded, and reflect the credit hour ranges across all of it. The other option was list the Ps, but never put the credit hour range, just always put it to the minimum because 120 is the minimum and general education are at 37 right now is the minimum. So you would reflect it that it's a course option, but you wouldn't reflect it in the totals coming down the side. Or we could not put the Ps in as an option in the standardized format, but put them in as a footnote. So I would put a little footnote identifier on all of these, and then we would put a corresponding footnote that says P courses are equivalent to the course above. And so those are kind of where we landed in terms of how do we want to standardize and structure that part of the catalog copy across all programs. And then whatever this body decides, we'll go through and make sure that standardization is happening in every one of the programs that have any of these corresponding P courses already identified.
Okay. And then, thank you, Sarah. I wanted you to explain it because you explained it better than I had the grip on it yesterday. With that being said, then Sarah, I worked on a document with Sarah, and then she put her expertise from the registrar's office with that. And then what we'll do is for next agenda, I will share that with all of you so that we can look to approve that moving forward. Or basically take a look at it and then look at one of those options to approve, with executive committee being on board for the option for the footnote option. That was what we were again talking about. But I just wanted to make you all aware of that. And again, that's just coming in the works of, again, the discussion of P courses at a later time. To also discussion about the relevance of P courses, and that's something moving forward later of, again, who's enrolling and kind of who's taking these classes, and again, seeing those relevant aspects as well. And then obviously coming from those parties, meaning like math or English, again, are people taking these courses or not, and kind of, do we need them? That being said, I have nothing else, from executive committee, our future business with these. We're still looking at the, again, graduate level, again, undergraduate, again, part of the conversation today, and we're still talking about those other things. I don't have anything else, executive committee, unless you have something. Ben?
Don't
Is it
think
just you
so.
and I? Yeah, and
Yeah.
anybody at the registrar's office and that, well then, the favorite time of the meeting, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
And that's Ben, can I get a second?
Second.
Carmen, second. Work with your, again, originators and continue, again, putting proposals through. See you all next week. You guys take care. Have a good weekend.
Sarah, Catherine, maybe Wesley, because can I have you for just a second? Because I think it'll save time later.
I need to stop recording though, so if you can give me a second.
That's fine. Seriously, it's just 30 seconds. I just want to know about proposal 10. I sent it to I signed it and sent it to Catherine, but Sarah, I'm not sure if you're
You
done
want
with.
this,
proposal
wait,
10.
Carmen, I'm gonna interrupt you. You want this recorded? Because it is being recorded.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
You can
cool.
record it or
Go
not. It's nothing. It's just, I just want to know if I need to do anything more with proposal 10 before, so that y'all aren't sitting in exec going, why do we have this? We still need to do things with it.
And that's the global studies one, correct? Proposal
Yes.
10.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
I think it's pretty much resolved. I have some back end. So since we're not doing the change memo process, I'm trying to facilitate